everybody. All two of us. I'll turn down the audio here on our iPhone YouTube monitor. That lets us know that we are, in fact, live. And we got about a 20-second delay today, which is not bad. So, say hello in the comments so I know who's watching. It's Mr. Bob. He made it on time today. Good for you, Bob. And why is something calling me right now? Let's see. Oh. So when you have two numbers, you can't see that. When you have two numbers on your caller ID, you know it's a robocall. So I think it's a robocall. I was going to answer it anyway because how's my audio level, Bob? Mute the music here for a second. Okay, music. There. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are here on this beautiful winter day in January in the old Pueblo. So is that audio coming in well, or did you have to turn it up on your end? So I see that this message has not quite reached you yet, but it should be coming to your ears right about now. So I'll just type a little. I guess the comments are also delayed. I'm sure they are, yeah. So how are we doing with our audio? Oh, audio. For some reason I'm in a singing mood today, but which is a shame because I really don't sing well. Voice is too low. Good. That's what I wanted to find out. So we're going to raise our audio level. Okay, Bob, we've raised our audio level. How does that sound? Is that good for you? Better for you? We can go up a little bit more, but not a whole lot more. So we are still testing. This is why we start 10 minutes early, so we can get all this stuff figured out. So we are still, excuse me, talking, so we can determine our audio level. And somebody else has joined us. Wonder who's there. Type in the comments who you are so we know. So, as I'm going to mention later, I'm so excited to be talking about CES. Okay, good. Thanks, Bob. So we'll turn on music now. And there we go.
Robotics combines Samsung's innovative hardware and cutting-edge
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this 12th day of January 2021. And we're going to be talking about CES, formerly known as the Consumer Electronics Show, but now they just call it plain old CES. So, first of all, my tale of education, I guess. So on Sunday, I went into my garage and pushed the button to open the garage door, and it went up about 2 feet and came back down. And I tried that a couple more times. Same thing happened, didn't open all the way. So then I started on this journey of learning more than I wanted to about garage door operation. looked at some YouTube videos, did the things that they suggested to troubleshoot the problem, and nothing worked. Then, thankfully, I remembered my home warranty. Good morning, Kay. And so I called my home warranty, and they dispatched a garage specialist on Sunday. Of course, he wasn't going to arrive until Wednesday, and I was able to talk to him directly and get him to come today. And of course, I asked him to come after we did this broadcast. But guess what? He came about 30 minutes ago. So I'm not quite as prepared as I would like to be. But the bottom line is my car has now escaped from being imprisoned in the garage. And he's going to order parts so that I will have an operational garage door hopefully by the end of the week or Monday at the latest. So there's my little story time for today. So let's just get going. Thank you again for joining us. And we are going to go here and tell you about the Consumer Electronics Show. So this is something that happens every January, and so this January is certainly no exception. And I think I have a little video here that should play. Play video, play. Let's try this little button here and see what happens. Open link. Okay, so now I've got to go to the Mac.
Our world has changed, yet we found ways to connect, reinvent our businesses, reimagine the future, and solve the unsolvable. We've also reimagined CES. The all-digital CES 2021 will bring together the global tech community to form valuable partnerships, champion visionary ideas, and share solutions that will improve lives. You'll glean insights from pioneering thinkers, explore the next generation of innovation in dynamic product showcases, and build networks to fuel your business. Engage with the brands, thought leaders, and industry contacts you care about. From the global importance of digital health and resilience to the life-altering advancements in smart cities, vehicle tech, and entertainment, the entire technology ecosystem will come together at CES 2021. We're ready to show the power of technology. We're ready to face challenges together. We are CES ready.
That they're ready because obviously they are not doing that in person this year. And even though it says the Consumer Electronics Show, it's not really for consumers. It's for business to business so that people can come and find out the new products, order the things that they want to be selling throughout the new year. So that's what it's all about. So let's
And understanding your behaviors to be a better robotic assistant and a companion.
You've been on your computer too long. How about stretching and taking a short break? The conference call is scheduled in a few minutes.
BotCare knows your schedule and your habits and can remind you of the conference call you have with colleagues coming up in 15 minutes. Now remember the bot you saw in our studio earlier? That was Bot Handy, a home robot that can both recognize and grab objects. becoming an extension of you in the kitchen, in the living room, and anywhere else you may need that extra hand in your home. Bot Handy, let's show them what you've got. Bot Handy uses AI to understand objects, like a glass cup or ceramic plate, taking note of their shape and materials to work as your trusted partner. Bot Handy can move around and do things like set the table or put away groceries. It flips the script on what a robot in your home could look like. Good job!
Season's greetings. I'm celebrating with my homemade eggnog.
Okay, so I understand that you couldn't hear my audio while the video was working. That's a feature, and I wasn't talking. So, how many people want Bot Handy in their kitchen, living room, and other places around the house? So, many of us remember the Jetsons cartoon and Rosie the robot. So, it looks like we're getting real close here to Rosie. So, no CES would be complete without talking about robots. Needless to say, pricing and availability to be announced. So let's look at some things that are a little more affordable. So here's one coming up here. Let me get it all set. So I'm sorry again that I don't have all these things more organized, but you know, garages come first. What can I tell you? Okay, so is it true that you're not hearing me when Safari is on? So let's see. I have to wait about 20 seconds before I get a response from you, unless you type it in the comments. I think the comments are a little quicker. So why are we not getting... let me just check a couple of things here. Okay, so I think I got the picture that you can't hear me when Safari is on the screen. So I'm going to go back and forth. So General Motors has put a lot of money into advertising around CES and their new electric vehicles, some of which fly, and we'll talk about that later. So they have an electric truck that is called Bright Drop. So they can be curious to see if Amazon's buying any of those. I think I read that Amazon's into a different electric truck company. So that is going to be interesting to see. So I'm going to scroll down here on Safari, which you won't be able to see, and get to the next thing that I want to talk about. And so we'll just go there and okay, what you just saw is from Kohler, a well-known name in plumbing fixtures. So they have this spa that will not only let you sink into cooling warm water and get jets to give you a gentle massage, but it creates fog. Who doesn't want a foggy spa experience? And you can have that puppy for only $16,000. So save your pennies. So that's the one I wanted to show you here. For those of you that are into matcha tea, So this is a mask that has a microphone and a earphone built in. So when you're masked up and you get a call on your cell phone, people can hear you better. So I'm going to go back here and just show you the features, understanding that you won't be able to hear me. So this is, as you can see, about $50, and I think it's available now. So if you need that kind of technology, you can get that right now. So let's see what else we've got here. So a lot of people our age are concerned about skin cancer. And wouldn't it be nice to have an app that would check your body, your skin, and give you a report if things changed? So this is called, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm going to say MiSkin, MiISKIN. So I'm going to scroll through their webpage so you can see what it's all about. So as you see there, it just gives you a way to track. The basic version gives you the ability to track 3 existing moles and marks. And thank you, Bob. The mask is available on Amazon now. So then the premium version, which they give you a free trial to, but then you have to pay for it, will keep track of an unlimited number of moles and marks. So you can keep track of it. And then, of course, they want you to go to your dermatologist and let him or her know what's going on. So let's see what else we got here. So while we're in the area of personal care, I'm going to show you some, I can't really call them earphones because they don't fit on your ear. They fit on the bows, I think you call those, of your glasses. They're calling it frames here. So let's take a look at that. The advantage to this, of course, is that it gives you the opportunity to hear outside noises, so you are not cut off from anything that might run you down. So that's an interesting concept. You know, kind of a part of the progression into alternative reality glasses, which are rumored to be coming from Apple and other people in the near future. So let's talk about vehicles. So the several years ago, there were no vehicles at CES, but in the last few years, vehicles have been a big feature at CES, and this year they are continuing that trend. So we are going to find this nice little video here. Okay, so let me explain something. The images on this I believe is a concept. They might have a mock-up of it, a prototype, but I don't think they have anything that actually flies. So when I first looked at it, I couldn't quite understand what I was looking at. But after studying it, there's 4 different rotors. So there's 2 in front below the cockpit, and then there's 2 above the cockpit to the rear. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this video. So let's get this set up here. And there it is. Get it full screen. There we are. And now I have to switch over to it like that.
To decompress, relax, and enjoy a multi-sensory experience choreographed for more intimate journeys. Each concept reflecting the needs and wants of the passengers at a particular moment in time, and GM's vision of the future of transportation. This is a special moment for General Motors as we reimagine the future of personal transportation for the next 5 years and beyond.
I'm a Verizon engineer.
Oh, look at that. Now it's giving us audio. Okay. So that's pretty amazing that Cadillac, I don't know if you noticed the Cadillac logo that was prominently in the center of the side of the fuselage. The Cadillac division of General Motors is producing this air taxi. So that is pretty amazing stuff. So let's look, and then you saw the other vehicle that they were going to offload the air taxi passenger to, which was simply a box. Didn't even look like it had a windshield, so it wasn't even designed to be driven at all. It was a totally autonomous vehicle. So that's the way we are going in the future, is you don't have to worry about anything. The robots will do it all. Speaking of vehicles, here's another interesting concept. This is from Mercedes, and this is a dashboard of a Mercedes prototype concept car, if you will, that is 52 inches wide. It's not, proportional like a TV set. It's, only maybe 12 or 14 inches tall, and in some areas, some not that tall. So let's take a look at that. And here we go. Let me get this up here where we want to start. So these pictures are very artistic and not very clear. But what you're going to see here in a second is you're going to see a screen that has 3 sections. And then on the far left and right are the air conditioning vents. The circular features are the air conditioning vents. So let's take a look at that, and I'll be right back. So there you saw the driver's side of the screen that gives you the speedometer and different things. They have temperature. On the lower left, it looks like they have a clock, and then we'll go back and look at the center section, I think. So the center section is a GPS, a very nicely done map, very large. Looks like it's maybe, I don't know, 18, 20 inches wide. So that's a real easy map to read. And then here's a better picture of all three sections. And then there's another picture of all three sections. I was trying to get the picture of the driver's side. I think this is the driver's side. So the driver can actually watch a movie on their side, which supposedly would be obscured from the passenger, I should say, can watch a movie from the passenger side. Hopefully it's obscured from the driver's vision. So that's what that's all about. So again, this is a prototype. I'll show you one last picture, which kind of shows all three sections. So that is that. So let's see what else we have here. Okay, so, you know, while we are in lockdown situations, there are certainly some things that we might like to do. And one of those things is play board games. How many of you like to play board games? But gee whiz, it's so inconvenient to have to store all those, you know, boxes and things in the closet. And, you know, you want the one on the bottom and it falls out. Well, have I got a solution for you. This is called the Infinity Game Table. So it puts board games on a giant screen, and I'm trying to, well, that's interesting. My link here that I had all set up to do this is not going to where I wanted it to go. So that's because CNET, which is a popular technology website owned by CBS, by the way. Here it is. Okay, now we're cooking. So let's stop this. Let's run it back to the beginning, if it'll let me do that. And make it bigger. And stop it again because it's getting out of hand here. Okay, so let's switch over and watch this.
On family game night. A giant touchscreen table with digital versions of board games. We're talking big name board games like Monopoly and Scrabble. And you can play against anyone from anywhere online. This is the Infinity Game Table by Arcade1Up. And I have here an exclusive first look and an early prototype to let you see how it works. So let's play. I should start by making it clear that this game table is still in development. It was very cool of Arcade1Up to let me spend a couple of days playing with a prototype with my family at home. But that means the graphics and effects that you see here are not final. Everything's still being tweaked. Now on the surface, it's a pretty simple concept. You make a giant tablet with legs, you load it up with a bunch of well-known tabletop games, and gather around to play with your family, just like you would with any board game, except no pieces to set up, no cards to deal, no one has to be banker, you just dive right in. The Infinity Game Table found success on Kickstarter with more than $1 million pledged to bring it to life, and the first tables are coming out next month. The price starts at $600. It's about the same as a high-end iPad. Now there are two options for the screen size. There is a 32-inch screen and a 24-inch model. That's the one I tested.
Okay, so there, oh, Now she's talking. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, say goodbye. Okay, so what do you think of that? Does that look like something you'd want? Leslie Ann says, no games for her. You've never even played Pac-Man. Well, okay, well, hey, you know. One interesting thing, of course, is it probably requires internet. They didn't really talk about that, whether the games are all stored locally on that device. They did say that it does have a battery pack option. So if you lose power and you have your battery pack charged, or you have some other battery-powered power source, then you could play in the dark when the power goes out. So the amount of products coming out of CES is just overwhelming. So we're not spending a lot of time on any one product. We're just trying to give you a taste for what's coming down the pike. And this is something that is always popular, a robot dog. Now in the past, Sony has shown a robot dog, and it moves. This robot dog is characterized as a lap dog. So it doesn't actually get up and walk around. So let's get that video set up for you. And here we go.
I'm holding a toothbrush that can brush your entire mouth in 10 seconds. Yeah, I'm not even at the dentist's office. I'm actually at Mandalay Bay at CES, and this is called the Y Brush. I know this doesn't look like a normal toothbrush, but that's the idea. It does something a normal toothbrush can't, which is clean your entire mouth in 10 seconds. What you do is you put this in and bite down, and over the course of 5 seconds, it cleans all your top teeth. Then you flip it upside down and do the bottom. 5 plus 5 equals 10, and that's a lot shorter than the 2 minutes that the ADA recommends with a regular toothbrush. So you could go with your toothbrush and go one tooth at a time and clean them, or you can put this in your mouth, do that, and you're done. So what makes this work? Well, really what makes this work is this brush tray. It's filled with nylon bristles, and they're at different angles to get across your teeth, between your teeth, and around your gums. And when you turn this on, which is a motor, it actually vibrates the tooth tray here, and you bite down on it, and it will clean the whole thing. Now, you might be wondering why it's only on one side. It's because it's a lot more comfortable to clean the top than the bottom. So no 5-second toothbrush yet. We're still stuck at 10. So last year we talked about this at CES, but we couldn't get a hold of it. Now you can buy this toothbrush, and it costs $125.
So there you have it. A toothbrush that you can use in 10 seconds. So who doesn't want to brush their teeth in 10 seconds? Would you brush your teeth more often if you could just do it 10 seconds at a time? Inquiring hosts want to know. So let's see here. Okay, so another thing for the home is a washing machine. So as you probably know, LG is a big producer of home appliances these days. They don't just sell televisions anymore. So I'll show you, well, actually, I'm not even going to show you a picture of this. If anybody doesn't know what a washing machine looks like, let me know and I'll put a picture up there. So I'm just going to explain this washing machine. It's called the LG Twin Wash System, which consists of a front load washer and a smaller washer built into the pedestal underneath. So you can add bulkier items like sheets and towels to the main washer and smaller delicate items in the bottom pedestal. And you can wash everything at the same time using different cleaning cycles and settings on each one. So it is app enabled, but that's where its capabilities fell a little short, according to this article. It doesn't automate laundry cycles or otherwise make it easier to do laundry. But now they have, so that was last year's model. So now they have the Twin Wash with Flex Wash. So this is a new washer that senses using artificial intelligence, aka AI. So what it does is it can detect the weight, the volume of your clothes, as well as the specific fabrics that are in the machine, and even if it's a mixed load of laundry, and determine the best cycle automatically. So that's pretty interesting. Of course, they haven't released the price of the new washer, also known as, I guess the new one's called Thin Q with AI. So that's something that you can look for at your local big box or appliance store. So let's see what else we got here. We're going to wrap this up here shortly. I realize we're going a little long. So back into the kitchen. So this is really interesting, especially for a person like myself whose microwave, over the stove microwave, died. So I think I have a video coming up here. I've got to get rid of the commercial in the beginning. So while we're doing that, I'll just show you this. And then hopefully with the video we'll play. Looks like the video is not, here we go. There's the video, so we got to stop it. No, that's not the video. They had a teaser there. So they're talking about cars and okay, here he comes. He's got a big long. Anyway, this is a 27-inch screen on the door of your microwave. So the author here thought that that was not a big deal, but after exploring it, he decided that it was a big deal. So we're going to start the video here where he actually starts talking about this device. So I think this is the right video here. Maybe not. Okay, well, I thought it had a video, but maybe it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to go down here and find a good picture of this device. And there is not a good picture of this device, apparently. There's only this picture right here, which is not a great... So we'll go to this, and hopefully the video will catch up with us, and I can show you that. So this is an over the oven or over the stove microwave. Okay, so the video didn't catch up. Again, the problem is this is a dynamic situation because CES is happening right now. It started yesterday on Monday, and I think it goes through tomorrow, Wednesday. And I imagine there'll be, well, not imagine, I'm sure there'll be all sorts of coverage. And I'm thinking about, I haven't decided for sure, but I'm thinking about next week for Go for Lunch, I will dive into things that came out at CES that are more Apple specific. And I haven't had the time to dig in to find those gems just yet. So if I can find enough of those for a program, I will do that. So I think we're going to wrap it up here since we've been going a while. So this would be a good time to ask questions about anything that you might that's a very good question that Leslie Ann posed. Can you look at CES products by category? And what I did was exactly that. So I did a search on CES 2021 home tech or home products, or however you want to characterize that search term. So you can definitely use the search engine's ability to do that. Again, CNET is a good source, CNET, cnet.com. And I keep looking over here to see if the video is going to come up with this oven. And so that would be the way to do that. So this is, tech journalists' heaven to have all this material. So it's going to be going on for, months covering this. And of course, when these products actually come out, I don't know if I mentioned, but CES means coming early summer. Sometimes they say early spring. So again, a lot of this is what we call vaporware. Some of it will never reach the market. That hasn't been as much the case as it was about 10 years ago. Most of these things I expect will hit the market. So please feel free to ask any questions about anything. And while we're waiting for those questions to fly in, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you ring the little bell or click the little bell next to the subscribe button, to the right of the subscribe button, then you will be notified when we go live either on Tuesdays for Go for Lunch at high noon, or we do special things sometimes during the week. So that would be a good thing to do. Please feel free to share the Gopher Gazette, which comes out every Monday morning at about 7 o'clock in the morning. And send that to your friends, your neighbors, your relatives, and so they can find out more about home technology. So I'm Roger Harmon, if you didn't already know that, with Gopher Technology. If you have any questions after this, we'll end with my phone number and my email. And Susan mentions that she's on a Zoom exercise class and she got a phone call and could not get back to my Zoom audio. So that's an excellent question. So obviously, Susan, you are on your iPhone or iPad when you were doing your exercise class. I have several clients that are doing that, so I'm going to hook up my iPhone with the lightning and the cable right here and show you how to stop that. So we're going to go to our home screen and see if we can't share our iPhone here. There it is. Okay, so you're in your iPhone, and you, if you have a newer iPhone with Face ID, you would swipe from the upper right-hand corner diagonally down to the left, like that. And then you see here in the middle, there's a crescent. That is Do Not Disturb. When the crescent background is white and the crescent itself is blue, Do Not Disturb is turned on. So before you start your exercise class, you should hit Do Not Disturb. Now, when I touch the Do Not Disturb icon, it turns to a white crescent on a black background, and Do Not Disturb is turned off. So black is off and white is on. Now, I don't know if you saw it. I'll do it again. So when I do it, look up at the top where you see the Wi-Fi signal and the battery strength. You'll see that it says Do Not Disturb off until 1845. And so then I'm going to hit it again. It's going to say Do Not Disturb on until 1900. There you go, on until 1900. So it tells you that. And you can go into your settings and, set that or just turn it off after your exercise class. So Susan, hopefully that answers that question. And thank you for asking. So, thanks for being here. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And as always, we have masks and things to protect us from each other. And I would be glad to make a personal visit to help you out with any tech-related problem that you might have. We also do screen sharing, which I must say on Big Sur and my new M1 Mac Mini, that has been working much better. So Susan confirms that she's on an iPad, and so even though I demonstrated it on an iPhone, it works the same way on an iPad. And of course, if you have a older iPhone with a Touch ID, then the control center, you swipe up from the bottom of the screen to get the control center. Judy wants to know, how do you get audio on your iPad? So you need to give me a little more information there, Judy. I don't know exactly what you mean. And I can connect an iPad right here if you tell me what audio source are you trying to get that's not coming in. So I'll wait a few seconds here to see what you are talking about there, and I'd be happy to demonstrate that if I possibly can. So as we go through the week here, I'll be collecting more information. A lot of times the themes for Go for Lunch come from you. So I'll be talking to you either in person or on the phone or via email, and you'll ask a question and I'll say, oh, I bet those other people out there would like to know the answer to that question. So I'll incorporate it into a future Go for Lunch YouTube live every Tuesday at noon. So Judy, go ahead and just give me a call when it's convenient. I will be around early afternoon, and we'll figure out that iPad audio question for you. So Thank you. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week, if not sooner.